Hey guys, I'm Bryson here, and I wanted to do this video for a while. This 28-year-old in this video right here, according to her, she bought a house for cash at age 28, okay? And this right here is gonna be awesome. I wanted to do this for a while, but in reality, it's a long video, so I want to take some time out to actually sit down and watch the whole thing and see exactly what actually happened. How did this young lady right here, how was she able to go ahead and buy a property at age 28 for cash, okay? This right here is going to be awesome, okay? I look forward to this video right here. If you guys are new here, like, subscribe, hit the bell, shit notified. And by the way, also, if you guys want me to react to anything, comment down below, let me know. Just put a link down there. That way, go ahead and react to whatever you want me to react to, okay? Videos come out every single day. You guys know the vibes, okay? Without further ado, let's find out exactly how was this lady right here able to buy a house at age 28 for cash, when most people take like a whole 30 years, okay? Awesome.
5 years ago, I said to friends and family, I only want to buy a house if I can buy it all at once.
Okay, 5 years ago, she said that, okay? And by the way, is that a smart idea? The answer is, it could be. Do you have to do that? The answer is no. You could put down 10, 20% and just focus on paying it off as possible on a 15-year mortgage. But if you want to do this, great, right? But remember, it depends on your income also. Because if you have a very low income, and by the way, I just noticed something, guys. Look at this book right here. This book right here is The Intelligent Investor. Okay, you can't fool me. I know this book right here. But yeah, if you can do it, great, based on your income. But if it's gonna take you 10, 20 years to do, like, save up all the money, the answer is no. Obviously, you wanna buy now because basically, in the long term, that long term is too much money being wasted on rent, okay? 2, 3 years, no problem. But 10, 20 years, you got a problem.
Did I know the universe would laugh in my face and give me no other choice?
Cue the intro.
Wow. Cue intro, the sis. Oh, guys, okay. I don't have an intro on my channel, but we're gonna watch this intro. Okay. All these intros, man.
Good, I called because I have news.
On the phone with my sister, July 2020. Okay, this is like a documentary, okay? Documentary.
Did you get the house?
Yeah!
Oh my god, look! It's a whole documentary with a whole FaceTime thing. It's a movie. That's awesome. That is awesome, And it's something better than seeing somebody like be successful, but it's nothing worse than seeing somebody make a big mistake and then thinking they're actually happy about it. If this was like, hey, I bought $1 million house and I put them 1%, congrats. No, I'm not cheering that on at all. I don't like that at all, okay? Not at all.
Congratulations, Miss Homeowner.
I've been pre-approved, mine.
Oh, she got pre-approved, I think.
You're supposed to be excited now. I'm filming. Oh my God.
She said, be excited, I'm filming. And me with this crazy hair, Portuguese. Oh, she's Portuguese. Is it Portuguese? Portuguese is a language, right? What do you call the people? Portugal? Oh my God, I do not know. I need to rinse up on my geography. Is that what it's called? Yes, geography.
Não dá pra ver nada. This is what we came to America for.
The American dream. You mean the American trap if you do it the incorrect way. Gotta be very careful. What I want to know the most is how much does this house actually cost this lady, Cost this lady. It's gonna be a big thing. If it's like, she said with 300K, that's big. By the way, the average millionaire does not spend more than 400K on their very first property. Usually like 300K. Below that sometimes, okay? So wealth building has a big correlation with buying a house you can actually afford, and that's not gonna be a massive burden. Keep that in mind.
Let me start from the beginning. Back in July, millions of people left major
Money study. People left big cities temporarily to move spiked in first 6 months of COVID. Yeah.
cities because they realized that the pandemic wasn't gonna get better before it got worse. I was one of those people.
Awesome. Oh, look at that. She left Los Angeles. Congratulations, okay? LA, New York, great cities to live in. But people forget, like, it used to be basically, if you go somewhere and you don't like it's no good, you leave. People have like all these crazy routes from where they're living, stuff like that. I'm not paying anybody like half of my money, okay? LA is pretty cool, but I'm not staying there if it's costing me so much money. I'm not.
Flash forward, guess where I am? Connecticut. I'm not the only one.
Oh, she's from New York. Connecticut and New York are different states, guys. Again, look, man, my whole like global system with like continents and states is just off, okay? I don't know what's going on with me, okay? But I know it's like an hour away from where I live, Connecticut.
One who had to reframe everything when the pandemic hit. I was really considering buying in LA. And then
Ridiculous.
it hit me, if I buy in LA, I'm spending so much money. And when I go home, I'm still not home with family.
Yeah. And by the way, family is a very important factor. You know, you might try to say like, oh, I don't mind where I live. Family is very important. It's important to me also.
Family's important to me. I kept missing every birthday. I kept missing holidays, and I just didn't want to anymore. So then
Yeah. You know, when you have your own family, you're married, you have your own kids, it's kind of more different because you have like a family to go to. But when you're like I don't know her situation, like she's a single woman or whatever. A big part of me going to Puerto Rico is the taxes, of course, but it's also I'm only 25 minutes away from my grandma and my whole descendants of my whole family. That's awesome to me.
Then I had to reframe what I thought I wanted. A lesson learned there. You're gonna get what you want, just not how you thought you were gonna get it. So ultimately what ended up happening was I looked at the house prices in Connecticut.
Los Angeles, Hartford, Connecticut. And by the way, Connecticut is ridiculously cheap. When I say ridiculously cheap, I mean ridiculously cheap. My aunt moved over there. She bought a house for like $200K and it's bigger than my grandfather's house, which she's lived in for the past 7 years. That's actually going for $700,000, okay? With a backyard, with a parking spot. I admire so much quality of life. You know, quality of life is so important to me. Having a backyard, having dogs, that stuff to me matters a lot. The city life is cool. I can walk to the grocery store, but do I really care that much about it? I'm good.
And compare them to California, and I was like,
she's like, hell no, hell yeah. I like this girl, man. She's pretty cool.
Okay, decision's made. And this was right before the big boom of people leaving major cities. So I got in at the right time, which is
awesome.
Key when you're buying a property. And
yeah, well, it kind of is key, but the most important key is you being ready. You know, whether it's a down market or an up market, if you're ready to buy, you can buy. If it actually makes sense financially for you, okay, it makes sense. Okay, but I wouldn't change my whole outlook on life, saying like I want to wait for the perfect time, because you can't time the market.
I scheduled 5 viewings for one day with a realtor who happened to be Brazilian, so it felt like I was going house shopping with my mom and my auntie.
That's awesome. Going to see potential homes. Okay, so this is like the full story. This is the full story. Fixer upper 120. Your first house usually should not be like a crazy fixer upper if you don't have that much experience, because basically it's just gonna be like a massive headache. Just buy a home that you can actually make sense of, so that way you don't go too crazy trying to figure out everything. And you call that a fixer upper? Come on. What's wrong with it? What is wrong with this house? That is amazing. Come on.
So peaceful. Dá pra arrebentar tudo e fazer tudo.
Can I tear it all out and make it an open layout? Oh, so I guess she's saying like, oh, fix your upper, because basically she doesn't like the way it is, okay? But that was
Okay, vou ver, tem mais.
Okay, I'm going to...
Little closet, 2 bedrooms of
2 bedroom.
good size. No, this is not it. I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it.
I love how people like when they shop for houses, it's all about a feeling, and I get it, you know, but it's your first house. Statistics show that basically you won't live there for the next 5 years. You know, so use less feelings and use more like logic. This makes sense, this does not make sense. And by the way, 125K, that's why she was able to pay like that much. But in LA, probably no way she was going to be able to pay cash for her first property that might cost $1 million. So congratulations by getting the heck out of LA.
It's like decent, but I don't want to spend money on this. I've seen better kitchens.
Oh, look at
this one's the
that kitchen's nice.
cheapest though we're seeing. Also like hits your head right here. Shout out the downstairs. Wow.
What? Is this even in the listing? What the heck? Gente,
this is nice.
isso não tava no listing, tava?
Você pode fazer jardim aqui bonitinho.
Oh my
This is so nice. Like, this is nice. I'm guessing this is not the one that she bought.
God, did I just like change my mind? This is huge.
Wow, look at that.
Workshop.
You mean my studio?
I'm workshop.
My studio.
That's awesome.
Ainda tem mais closet. This is imenso.
That's your bedroom, mine.
That's her bedroom. All
What'd you say?
I said this house is awesome.
That house is listed as a 2 bedroom.
Yo, this girl looks so much like my cousin, bro. She looks ridiculously like my
It's
cousin.
a straight up like 6-bedroom, but it's $120,000.
But that's what I said. You want to be here to see it.
Yeah. They're ready to move in. 130,000. Okay, so I'm guessing it's 3 houses. Right?
A wash and dry numa parede, fazer meio banheiro.
Gostei. Gostei, gostei, gostei. It's so funky.
What gets people like riled up and all like crazy about a house is usually like the floors in the kitchen. If you give like, and bathrooms also, you give them like a little modern flooring with the little wood thing and then the little nice kitchen, and people lose their mind. They lose their mind, okay?
Wow, studio. What?
Only 130 though, and she gets all of this like for an extra 5,000. Not bad.
Mãe, a workshop. Just kidding. Não tem nada aqui dentro, não. Mãe, que coisa. Why didn't I move back home sooner? Banheiro. Caraca, eu tô até out of breath. There's another
By the way, if you speak Spanish, you can understand Portuguese.
bathroom.
Só que você tem 3 dias no mercado, né?
It's only been on the market for 3 days. Nice.
Só 3 dias, which means that it's gonna be a bidding war, most likely.
You're gonna find a lot of room in all of them.
There's so much space, I don't even know what to do with it all.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's a good problem, right? It's a good problem to have. And also remember, right? This girl is like, you know, I don't know if she's married, she has kids or whatever. So eventually, you'll grow into that house.
Entrou no mercado ontem.
Tá um pouquinho muito lindo.
This looks amazing.
Eu preciso de uma coisa assim, suja.
I'm about to move to Connecticut.
Isso daqui é uma casa pra uma
Oh my god.
família de tipo
This is
10
for like 10 people.
pessoas. Let's go to the treasure hunt downstairs. Surpresa de basement.
Wow, look at that, guys.
This is like better than the laundry in my building.
Wow, look at this, guys. This looks insane.
Gente. Uau, mãe, você não vai acreditar. O seu quarto, mãe. É um workshop já. É, tipo, não é a minha casa, mas
Look at this, guys. Yeah, like it's not my house, but I appreciate
dá pra
it.
apreciar.
The one I thought I would love, but didn't. Okay, 130. Okay, guys, so she's taking us on this whole journey, you know? Let me know if you're liking the video so far.
Ele tava nesse negócio de... O closet não é muito grande.
The closet isn't that crazy. By the way, I want some like railing on that and that whole like walk-in stair thing. It's probably...
Mas é bom. Como é que você faz isso? Você
Gente, você...
Look at that bathroom. Like, you gotta go all the way.
You like break your knees.
É uma banheirinha.
E você tem que tipo... Uou!
This can be dangerous.
It
Yeah, it can be.
depends on the treasure downstairs, you know?
Porque tem a garagem, isso seria um outro vão. E aqui que é o
Yeah, I don't like this one
outro
either.
chato que eu falei pra você, ó.
You know, one thing is, you know, when you start to get experience in something, guys, the most marvelous thing is when you can see something and see its potential. I think like a lot of people that do real estate for a very long time, they can look at any trash problem like, okay, this can be amazing. You can do this, you can do that. But when you are just getting started and you don't know everything, you kind of be like, this kind of looks trash. But is it trash? Most likely not.
Enorme.
This is huge.
Oh, this is big.
Don't love this one. Thought I would. Deception. Okay, now we're going back to the first and second houses that I like the most. I think the second one might be the one.
The third one, the 179, was amazing. That house was amazing. That one was beautiful. Like fully modded.
I think it was the one. As we were about to go back into the second apartment, got sold.
Gotta do it fast.
Wow, look at that. So
Literally just got sold. And of course, the one I thought I didn't want ended up being the one that I wanted. Oh my God, am I about to buy this place? I think I'm gonna buy this place.
yeah, the very first one you saw, that's the one that was the nicest one. A lot of space, a lot of backyard space, a lot for everything, and like you can just like fix it up for maybe like $5,000-$10,000 and make it nice as a third one.
I think this is my house. O seu quarto é aí, mãe.
Eu vou botar uma cadeirinha ali pra eu poder ver mais.
I'm gonna make a little chair over there so I can.
Exactly. You're gonna have to.
I would like a little room like that, like a little secluded room where all you can do is just one activity, you know, like reading or meditating. The story about this guy, he used to go into this secret room and he used to stay there, and no one knew what he was doing there. The king didn't know his things, nobody knew, you know, and all he used to do in there was nothing, you know, nothing whatsoever. He was just there to just be himself and just like kind of like just like settle back down, and that was amazing. It's a great story. I forgot the book I read it in.
Make it work.
You sure?
I think we should do it. I think it is. I'm putting it on.
offer. How does this work?
Did you call any bank? Did you
I
get
did, yeah. I
pre-approval?
got pre-approval.
You did?
Yeah, at 2%, girl.
That's awesome. So she got pre-approved for $130,000. That's pretty awesome. So why show her properties that are above her listing price, right? The whole $175,000. That's insane.
What?
Yes.
Meu amor da mãe.
I made the decision because, yes, you can buy something nice and shiny and ready to open with a bow, or you can buy something that's a little on the scrappy side, and I'm like a personal scrap lover. I do enjoy scrappy things, and you could fix it up and make it exactly, and make it exactly how you want it.
Exactly, and that does make sense. You know, that 175, you wouldn't have to touch anything, but if you can buy the 130, and that's, for example, a $45,000 difference, if I'm not mistaken here, right? And you can just put all that money back inside of. By the way, you don't have to, like, maybe like $10,000-$20,000 into it. You can have exactly what you want. So yeah.
Oh my God! I just put in an offer while we're waiting for the other realtor to.
You go, damn! Like within a week, decided I wanted a house. At the end of the week, I was putting in an offer with a pre.
That's awesome. By the way, she's 28 years old, right? Yeah, she's 28 years old.
Mortgage.
Your first offer.
At 2.8%.
That's awesome.
Oh, I have a zit. I have like tons of zits. I look like a teenager and I'm buying a house.
Okay, so critical in the home buying process. I need to see what is the downtown. Is there commerce?
Oh wow, that's weird. You should have done that beforehand, right? Like look at the whole area, see if you actually like it. Even before I rent anywhere. Like I know Tampa, Florida, like the back of my hand, because I was looking for properties there. I know on Fort Myers, like the back of my hand also, because I was looking over there also. Like I explore everything about it, the schools, the area, you know, the crime rate, the loudness in the area, the streets. I walked through the whole block, you know, in my Google Maps to see like the whole thing, you know. You gotta go over there. But once I got serious about Puerto Rico, I went down there, took a plane, saw the whole area, saw where I wanted to live and all that stuff. Very important. You gotta go see things before you actually get ready to make an offer or anything like that. Woman accepted your offer.
Woohoo! Okay, go ahead now. You can say it.
Daughter, you've bought your first house. That's awesome, yo. Shout out to this family.
God.
It's so amazing what you can do when you go from Brazil to America. Now your kids have a whole like different life. I don't even know where I would be if I stayed in Dominican Republic, you know. I probably would be, I don't even know. You know, it's hard to say because my uncle is very successful over there also. So I probably would have like clung on to him, but who's to say, you know? It's amazing.
I'm covering her boobs.
What's going on in this video?
So the next step in the process is to find a lawyer. The lawyer is going to be working with the bank and with the sellers and with the realtors to make sure everything is copacetic before you sign the paperwork. I have to call the lawyer.
Very smart, by the way.
We have a offer in place that's been accepted. We just are doing inspections at this point. That's where we're at.
Correct. Yeah, I just got.
Oh, so is it probably going to be that the offer is 130, but the appraisal came below that? So the offer would have been based on, it should have been based on the appraisal and what it actually comes out.
The news that they accepted the offer, and I'm about to call the inspector now to schedule the inspection. Got my lawyer, great. Then you need to find an independent inspector. They're gonna give you the lay of the land of this house that you're potentially gonna buy. And if they tell you like, hey, there's a huge problem, there's mold, then you're out. If you get
one thing I've learned is that mold is not like the craziest thing ever, but it does scare like a lot of first-time home buyers. It's kind of like how you hear like, oh, the stock dipped by 5%. Stay away from that. No, it's not the biggest thing ever. Cracking the foundation might not even be the worst thing ever either. But some crazy things with the bathrooms and stuff like that, you might want to avoid. But you got to understand really what the real cost of things actually is before you just say, assumption here, mold bad, okay, but no, it's not that simple.
Get stingy and don't want to pay for an inspection. You're going to end up probably spending more money in the long run with all the
yes, sir.
repairs for things.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. I've been corrected, guys. You have to say yes, ma'am when it's a lady, not just yes, sir.
You didn't know were broken when you buy the house. Just
yes, ma'am.
Get ready to bleed money because when you buy a house, like these hidden fees come out of literally
They call it phantom cost of a house, and there's a lot more than just this.
nowhere. And then how does it work? Like, do I get a quote now, after?
I just basically look at the square footage, the amount of bedrooms.
Okay, perfect.
Just give me a little time. I'll call you right back.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Why did I think
By the way, in America, everything is so much more simpler. In PR, for example, even renting an apartment is such a big, massive thing. One thing I don't like about PR is
leaving Connecticut was the best idea. Like, this is nice, kind people living in good countryside homes.
And by the way, the only reason you know that is because you know what lies ahead. You know, sometimes you got to explore different things to know what you're missing out on. That what you have is enough, you know, so it's okay to experience things. That's what I'm saying.
So dumb, Joe. So dumb. It's like, I get it now. I get it now. I could always get on a plane. But if I'm going to live in a dump, why would I pay a lot of money for it? What?
She's like, I feel like she's so hurt about California. It's kind of like how I'm so hurt about New York, okay? How much taxes it take from me. Oh my God, I get the feeling.
That sentence literally made no sense. Nothing is gonna be exactly how you want it, but if there's the possibility to make it what you want, why not get it? I'm a possibilities chick. I'm not a
possibilities chick. Well said.
Buy it perfect and brand new. I'd rather it.
This is like a TED Talk, guys. Very nice.
Come scrappy so that I can mold it into exactly what I want. I'm sitting here having coffee.
Yeah, that's pretty true stuff, you know. But again, like, it's your first home. You know, the big thing I'm not like that big of a fan of is the idea with the mom moving in, which is not a bad thing, by the way. I don't know, if I buy my first property, once it's paid off, all that stuff, I would focus on basically buying my mom her property. But if I'm gonna get married and have kids, you know, you kind of want your own space. Sounds selfish, I know, because you come from like a Brazilian family, come from a Dominican family also. So I get the whole vibe, but you know, it's more biblical stuff.
And it just hit me, like, it's crazy that it's actually happening, because I'm like, hold up, I'm just a little kid.
This girl's funny.
It's like, no, girl, you a grown woman. There are a few moments in life that, you know, you can't help but squeal. This is one of them. Hey!
Oh my God. It's like a whole documentary.
Hey, what's up?
I got the house.
Well, you bought the house?
Yeah, well, okay, it's contingent on inspection.
That's what I wanted to hear, because I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You know, that's how I am. You know, I always be like, do things right. You know, it's like my cousin. I'm gonna look at an apartment. Don't send your information. You know, you got to do things the correct way.
Come on, I'm not a dummy. Like, come on, bro. I'm more skeptical than you are.
That's why I was like, oh my God.
Well, that's why I'm not even getting super stoked. Like,
This is her not being stoked. Okay? Squealing.
feel good. I feel like this is the place.
This is yours to keep. The
Meanwhile, my mom's been celebrating every night since the
colors
viewer.
you're gonna pick, color fan.
Tiles?
Yeah, they're all quartz.
This is
Okay. Slow down. Just slow down. You know, just slow down just a little bit. It's awesome to plan, like, see how you want to do everything, but this is important. Just slow down a little bit. You know, just stay there for a while. Then you start adding things here and there, but just stay there for a while and then you can do all that extra stuff.
3 days before closing, and mind you, all of my stuff was on trucks and storage containers moving from California to Connecticut, and it should have been arriving within those 3 days.
Awesome.
The bank calls me. Miss Joanna Franco, unfortunately, we are unable to give you the loan at this time because your company has only had 1 year of tax history, and
Oh, that is so obvious, though. You do need 2 years of like pay stubs and all that stuff. It's more like common sense, you know. Well, not common sense because it's not common, but that was a blessing for me because when I wanted to buy a property in New York, they told me the same thing, and it was a blessing because thank God I didn't buy a property, you know, in New York. Super stupid, but yeah, it's just yeah, you need 2 years. 2 years.
we need at least 2 years of tax history. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, excuse me, what? Yeah, we're unfortunately unable to give you your mortgage. I'm sorry, come again? Yeah, you need at least 2 years of tax history if you're an entrepreneur. But I have 10 years of entrepreneurial tax history.
Yeah, but your current company with your current income.
But I formed my new company this last year, but the
Yes, sir.
income is the exact same. It's just funneling through a different company. It doesn't matter because you need at least 2 years of tax.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, but you see my bank accounts. Like, you see I'm good for the money. You see.
They don't care. The thing is, you know why they don't care? Because basically, I know people. I don't know people. I should rephrase that. I've heard of people where they make money like not maybe in the most legitimate way, and they put it in a bank account and leave it there for like 3-4 months and say, hey, that's my money. You know, just like leave it there. And once like they get the whatever they want to get, they just take it out. So be very careful. That's why the bank is very careful.
My income, you see my contracts. I'm sorry, we can't give you the mortgage. That's when I basically blacked out. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with all my stuff coming from California? So in this moment, I had no mortgage, I had no house. My stuff was on its way to Connecticut.
So that's why she bought it in cash.
And I had to leave this state to go away in 5 days for like 6 months. So I needed to resolve this problem within 3 days.
Interesting. She had to leave this state to go somewhere else to stay there for 6 months. Is that what I heard?
I call my real.
The worst thing is to make a decision when you're under stress. Usually not the best thing. You gotta sit down, you gotta really think about things, you know? Is this a good decision to buy a house for when you're 28 years old? Maybe, you know, if it makes sense. But you don't want to be like pushed into it like crazy, you know. Make sure it makes sense.
Hey, some bad news. So the bank isn't giving me the money. What? I know. They're not giving me the money, but maybe we could talk to another financial advisor, like a broker. Because by the way, when you're looking for a mortgage.
Yeah. And the idea is when you go to a broker, they help you find a bank or a lender or even private money that's going to help you qualify for whatever you actually want to qualify for.
You can go with a mortgage broker, which is another third-party person who will hook you up with other financial institutions.
Well said. Very well said.
I went direct to a bank. And when the bank declined me, my next option was to find a broker to see what they thought. So I found a broker and I'm like, hey, this crazy thing happened 3 days before closing. The bank declined my mortgage. She was like, well, do you have the money to pay in cash? I said,
interesting.
Yeah, but like that's not an ideal option. And she's like, if I were you and you really need this house, buy it in cash. I'm like,
yeah, because then you can always just refinance. Interesting stuff, man. Very interesting stuff. But you want to get an appraisal on this property first.
I'm really about to buy a house in cash, just like I said I would 5 years ago. I hung up the phone and I paced around holding my head, asking myself like,
it's a big thing, you know, to spend $130,000 in cash, including the closing cost, maybe like an extra $10,000 or $5,000, $135, $140. It's a lot of money, you know. And if you're an entrepreneur, you got to understand that basically things might not go your way every now and then, you know. So you got to make sure you also have passive income coming in. Very important stuff, but pretty solid.
Is this the moment where I literally buy a house in cash? But I really had no choice. So, baby girl.
You did have a choice. The choice is you just don't buy. You just wait a few more months until it makes 2 years.
Girl went to the bank, she got a check, and at closing, she wrote.
And you just rent a place. Rent a place. Thought about that? Just rent a 2-bedroom in this area for like $900, $1,000. Stay there for another year until you can figure things out, and then you do it. The thing is, that's why you don't want to fall in love with a property. You know, yeah, paying in cash is no problem. You know, it's actually a great thing. Great thing, by the way. Good job. I think her name is Joanna. Good job, you know, but you don't want to be rushed into doing something that you actually might not want to do, you know. So there was a second option. I'm just stating the second
wrote a check in her name for the full value of the house. Closing time.
Well, it's a very young girl.
I would bring her the money in dollar bills. That's so stupid, right? That's crazy. Like Mr. Beast, guys. You guys ever seen Mr. Beast with the whole like dollar bills, like $10,000, all that stuff? That's crazy.
It's a good girl. Yes, she is.
I love it, man. Like her mom is so proud of her. That's
This is
awesome.
it?
That's it.
Oh, snap. Know ye that we, received the full satisfaction of the grantor, Joanna R. Franco.
That's
To
awesome.
happen to hold the
This girl's very funny.
promises hereby conveyed with the appurtenance thereof unto the grantee of the grantier successors assigned
Okay. All right. So how long will we hear this?
and forever. This is like
That is the most fascinating rendition of the beat I've ever heard. I gotta give it to you.
Angela!
That's awesome.
So cute.
Today is my greatest adventure.
Dude, because
Again.
look at and the key. Oh my god, the key. Wait, look at that. And then I got the keys, and then I had 1 day to unpack.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations, John.
I did it. I bought my first house. This is it. This is my room with nothing in it. This is such a big moment in my life. I just bought this whole entire house cash, but it doesn't feel like anything's changed because it happened so fast.
Yeah. I mean, now the biggest thing is not messing this up, right? Making sure you have no debt like crazy and making sure you keep investing so you can get passive income. But when you have the biggest expense ever, which is like your shelter taken care of, it's only you have to worry about, for example, like taxes, insurance, and also, for example, maintenance on the property. But after that, you're pretty solid. You're pretty awesome, you know? So great. That means you get more freedom to pick more projects that you want to do and all that stuff, you know? It's an amazing feeling. It's a great feeling. I'm probably going to do this too. Pay cash for a property, but not yet. Like in 1 to 2 more years. So I'm 24 now. So when I'm 26, I'll probably do this, or like 27, you know, because I want to go to Puerto Rico and see if I actually like it before I buy anything there. And if I'm actually gonna stay there, because I might go to Florida. I don't know where I'm gonna go, honestly, but if I do decide to live in Puerto Rico for a while, I'll just buy there.
So don't forget to celebrate your own victories, because if you don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Hit it. Okay, this is what I do my dance.
Okay, guys. Okay. All right, guys, so let's just...
Right before the market was explosive. And I mean, like, I can't express to you the relief that it is to not have to pay rent anymore or mortgage. I do have HOA because I bought a townhouse, which means there's a home.
I hate townhouses. You know, they're pretty cool. I live in a townhouse now, but the idea of having people live next to me, and if they have like bad cleanliness, then I'm gonna have a problem in my house. Because, by the way, if a person has roaches and rats, most likely you'll also get roaches and rats, dependent, you know, so you want to make sure you close all the holes down in your whole townhouse.
Homeowner association fee. But when you live in a place where it snows a lot and where roofs get damaged and where you don't want to be shoveling and laying down salt, it's actually really worth it.
Or you can just hire a company to do that thing for you. You know, it's a lot of people justify things in a lot of different ways. It does make sense in a way, but it's not the only way. I'm always here to give you another way, okay? Another way. It's called landscaping.
I'm super happy, and I couldn't be happier. Like, I honestly couldn't be happier with the decision. It's changed my life. Now when I think about traveling, I'm not worried about paying rent somewhere and paying rent somewhere else. It's just, this is my home. This is my freaking home. So now that you've seen this story, I can finally get to the renovation process, because as I mentioned, this wasn't perfect upon entry, and we've done a lot of work to the house.
Okay.
And it's been super cool getting to live with my mom for those in-between moments of like cafezinho. It's the first coffee in the new house.
And by the way, guys, the big thing is, you know, it's pretty awesome. You know, I'm happy for this family. I'm happy.
And to just hang out and hear stories of her childhood. Like, I guess life just has a way of like making you redefine things in your mind. We think
I'll let her say it.
We know what we want, but most of the times we don't know what we actually need.
Well said. I couldn't have said it better.
So that's it. Comment below. Have you bought a house? Are you thinking about buying a house? Now, hopefully your process is a little bit easier.
All right, guys, so let's end that video right here. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm gonna go ahead and give this video a massive dislike. I did not enjoy it whatsoever. Just kidding. I actually had a lot of fun here. On top of that, I'm also gonna go ahead and subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell and notifications. So I'm gonna scroll down here so you see I actually did the whole subscribe thing, and I also like turned the bell on. I had that much fun with this video right here, guys. Okay, great creator, great story, but overall the big thing is you don't want to box yourself into a wall to make a bad decision. Just because it went well for you does not mean you were right about what you did. Because, for example, imagine if we had like a massive crash and then this property now is not worth that much money, and you could have just waited in another apartment for like another year or 2 years to actually buy this house right here. It all makes sense now, but it could have gone differently, okay? Thankfully, it went great for you, okay? But that's the whole idea. So always, always, always verify all your documents, verify all the rules. That way you're solid to go. And I love the idea of paying cash for a house, but only if it makes sense for you, okay? That's the biggest thing right there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Comment down below. Let me know. What did you think about this video right here? Long, I know, but I had a lot of fun with it, okay, guys? See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. And on top about also destroying the like button. On top about last thing, if you want to follow me on my main channel, link down below to my main channel. But if you want to call me for 30 minutes, well, join me on my third channel, Ask Me Bryson, where I take calls every single day from Monday to Friday. But the calls will get shorter. So again, join while you still can to talk to me for free. Link down below and go over there right now. If you want to DM me, here's my Instagram right here at Bryson. Thanks for watching. Another video here. Click my face right here. And as always,